All right, here we are for the Tuesdays weekly. Brendan and Darrius, we live, we hot. Darrius has some stuff going on right now, so he's currently not here. But we do have our guest, Michael Bennett. How you doing, Michael?
What's good? What's good? Thanks for having me, boys. Or boy, you know what I mean? I was going to say the boys, but yeah, it's just one, just us. Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Um, Before we start here, getting into like our weekly news segment, would you like to comment on anything that you've recently seen or have heard of what you have going on?
What I have going on. I don't know what that means, but I could intro myself. I
Yeah.
feel like most of this audience is going to be Oxford, Pennsylvania. But yeah, born and raised Oxford, Pennsylvania. I mean, kind of grew up a little white trash, not super white trash, but like white trash enough. We used to go to NASCAR. My dad, NASCAR, NHRA, and my dad used to like fix a lot of lawnmowers type of white trash. Went to University of Mississippi. Got did my JUCO years. Went to Alabama. Did a little stint in England. And kind of been all around the place. Mississippi, Alabama. Moved to Greenwich, Connecticut. Moved to Hoboken. Lived a couple different places in Brooklyn, Park Slope, Carroll Gardens. Now I live with my beautiful wife and my cat in West Hartford, Connecticut. So, um, yeah, that's me. That's me right now.
That's like crazy as a resume because like I've known you since like kindergarten or first grade, like around that time frame, and you've been all over the pretty much the world. And
I
can
would
you
call it the world.
name
It's I've been some places. I've been some places. I've been a
what
lot.
would you say is your favorite place to visit?
Oh, it's a great question. I think the coolest place I've ever been in my life is Edinburgh, Scotland. Edinburgh,
Scotland.
Scotland. Yeah, Edinburgh,
William
Scotland.
Wallace.
Sick. When I studied abroad at Oxford, and we did a trip where we got to go to the Open. The Open was at Muirfield, and then we also got to go to the Old Course in Scotland. So that was pretty sick for sure. Edinburgh is like they have the whole city built like a moat, like they basically were protecting it from naval attack. So yeah, it's a pretty sick place.
I visited Ireland in 2019 and did like the Cliffs of Moher, that type of stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
I've never been there. I heard good things.
really cool, but really when I was there, it was just raining and it was a
That's what they
big
say. That's what
hill.
they say.
Uh,
What they
and so
say.
I was like,
Rain or shine. It's English time or whatever they
I
say.
was like, yo, I need like a
Yeah,
cheeseburger or something.
I
They do
wish
not.
I wish it wasn't raining.
I'll say this: the first night I was in Ireland was in what the Dublin, and my sister was like, "Yeah, we got to Dublin." Blah blah blah. Kerry, and the only American restaurants and takeout you could do there was Papa John's,
Papa John's.
and I don't know what else. I think it
Papa
was just Papa
John's.
John's, and everything else was like just like overseas, like what they got going on. And
Oh yeah, they got
so,
Nando's and shit. Nando's chicken.
I wouldn't recommend any Ireland food.
Nah, dude, they
Um,
just eat. Yeah, yeah. All
I
the
actually
UK,
think
dude.
all
The
the girls
UK.
are very ugly.
Besides like the fresh fish, dude, the UK stinks, dude. They like eat mushy peas and like weird stews, and you can't really trust them, dude.
Ireland
You can't
or
really trust them.
England food?
They're trying to tax our tea and shit, dude. I can't really fuck with them.
Ireland or England food? What you taking?
I mean, I think they both stink, dude. Like
They
I
do.
like
They
like. I mean, I think they stink. I don't know. Like I love a good English lager, and like I'll fuck up a good Guinness on St. Patty's, but like I could do
dude.
without it. Not a big deal to me.
They're terrible, man. I was over the whole time. Now, I know I might catch heat for this, but I don't care. Every girl I saw in Ireland was super ugly.
Dude, it's because there's no orthodontists there, dude. They
Look,
they don't really like fuck with braces and shit.
they have
Like
like sheep.
like girls that like would be hot just look kind of snaggletooth, you know. It's kind of the way it goes.
Yeah. Like they're spending too much time
Yeah,
with like the sheep.
yeah. I'm
And
no George Clooney, but I know what you're saying, dude. You know.
dude, I saw them and I was like, all right, 1700s, Pride and Prejudice. Like,
What do you know
what do
about
you?
Jane Austen, dude?
You I'm looking at you serving us steak and duck or whatever, and it's
Yeah, so you know nothing about Jane Austen. I don't know what you're talking about.
nah. Well, I was in the bad part of Ireland then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no bad part, dude. There's no bad
Yeah.
part.
All right. So as I said before, Darrius unfortunately is not here tonight, but he'll be here next week. And
Rest in
so
peace. Rest in peace. Or, I mean, just kidding. Just kidding. He's not actually dead. He's just not here.
yeah, personal stuff going on, but he's a big part of this. And so what we'd like to do is do like a weekly news topic and get everybody's takes on it. And so we're gonna go with that. Keep it the same thing.
Let's do it, dude. Let's do it. Let's do your segment.
Yep. Yep. And so the first news segment is comments on your side, my side, everybody. The Bill Belichick girlfriend with Jordan
Oh,
Hudson.
oh,
So to give a backstory, Bill Belichick is 48 years older than Jordan Hudson, who is basically a model. She's like 24 years old, something like that, 25. And I mean, yeah, she looks like my type. I'm not gonna lie, but um,
yeah.
Bill
Dark
Belichick
hair,
is
hairy
doing
girl.
his
Yeah, that's just
thing,
very
and there
true.
was a very awkward
Yeah.
CBS interview that led to this ex-coach of the Patriots and all that. So
Yeah. So here's my thing, dude. What I took away from that interview was that I don't think Bill Belichick knows he has an Instagram. Like, I don't think he knows, like, either her team's doing it or she's doing it herself. But they're like asking him about those pictures and stuff. They're popping up where he's like, he's got his feet up and she's doing like the Titanic type thing. Like, all these pictures of them that are out on the internet. I'm thoroughly convinced he does not know he has an Instagram. Like, he's got no clue. Like, millions of people are seeing these photos. He's thinking, like, maybe he's sharing them with friends and family. He's like, oh, look, my cute little girlfriend. You know, we all know it's weird. But yeah, I don't think he knows he has an Instagram.
what do you think his son Steven thinks about it? Because
I
he
think he
looks and
also wants
acts
to
just like
bang Jordan, dude. Like, he definitely also wants to bang her. Like, you know what I
he
mean? Like, the old,
like,
well, I forget what movie it's from. He's like, you know, you got the young bull, or you got the old bull, now you want the young calf. You know,
I don't want to get too sexual in here, but do you think
I'm
they
here to
kind
ruin your
of like
podcast.
organized it or what's
No, I mean, oh, hold on. Who organized what?
the Steven and Bill and
Well, no,
Jordan?
it's definitely like they're at like Easter together, you know, and they like see like
Yeah,
winks at her, like you know what I mean, they meet in like the bathroom, you know what I mean? They're both
yeah,
pooping,
yeah, yeah.
pooping.
Memorial Day. What are they doing then? You think?
Oh, dude, that's definitely Nantucket, you know, they're hitting Nantucket. They'll probably same thing, dude. They'll be at like a little lobster loft or something, he'll like wink at her. They'll sneak out back, you know. Bill's probably gonna take a nap at some point. Bill's taking a nap. He's old now, dude.
What do you think he had to say to like get her to? I mean,
Nothing.
just go
Bill
to
doesn't
it.
need to say anything. He's got zero game. Dude is rich.
He just said, "Hey,
Dude
I
is
got like
rich, dude.
10 mil, and let's
Yeah, like there's no
date."
question, dude. Like, come
Yeah,
on. Money gets you anything in this world. Bill Belichick didn't need to do anything. I mean, you see him in every interview. Every interview
yeah.
he's ever done that ever in the NFL. Dude's got zero fucking charisma. Like, he got the
He's
charisma of a sloth.
he is good friends with Saban, and you're an Alabama alumni,
Yeah, I
so
mean they go way
he,
back to the
yeah,
Browns. Um but I mean, they're football guys, like that's all they talk about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Him and Saban aren't getting together being like, yo, you know what I mean? Jordan's a
If
crazy
you were
talk, dude. You know
Saban,
what I mean? Jordan's crazy in the sack. Like, Saban don't give a shit about that, dude. They ain't talking about that. They talking ball, dude.
I was going to say, if you were Saban, what would you tell Belichick about his 25-year-old?
Man, dude. I mean, Saban's going to hit him with that, like, be careful. Be careful,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Think
what's
about
his
your decisions.
Saban's
Have some
wife
sort of
name?
repercussions.
Yeah.
Make a good decision. I mean, 1% every day. Trust the process.
Well, yeah, trust the process gets a little hairy around
But in
South Philadelphia.
Bill's defense here,
Uh,
she's obviously crazy. Girls that are crazy, they are crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
I don't
so
think
like, I
she's
mean,
wrong. That's what's crazy.
yeah, Bill probably ain't had his hang. I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? He got a little, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't never felt that before.
Haktua.
Yeah, no, he ain't never felt that before, dude. He's like, yeah, post that shit on Instagram. I don't give a shit no more.
Yeah.
Let's go to North Carolina. I don't fucking care.
Is he being held hostage?
Again, I don't think he's being held hostage. I think you know what he's doing. I think he's having some wild 38-second meetings in the room. You know what I mean? Like he's pumping and dumping. It's real crazy, But I don't think he's being held hostage. I think she's just a psychopath.
Speaking of that, can we do a segment sponsored by Airwood Landscaping? And this is
You're telling me Dan Carl is sponsoring ads
this
on
is
this?
based off of the Delco dumper they're calling her.
That's
Have you heard
another
about
good
that?
one, dude.
So
The most impressive thing that I've seen about this one is how she was able to shit on command. One, that's just fucking impressive. Two, like she had like absolute mud ready and like she had the fucking pistol loaded with just absolute mud ready to shit on that hood. And then just, I mean, she had a dress on, she just threw the thing back on and hopped in her car. Like, that shit was mushy, bro. Like, she definitely was like kind of doing a little wiggle as she's driving home back to fucking Springfield, Prospect Park, whatever shithole Delco place she's from. But yeah, dude, I think I'm impressed by it. Like, I can't hate it. I can't hate it.
yeah.
So I don't think she should have been arrested. I don't think it's that big of a deal, personally.
So for those that are listening or watching this that don't know, is there was a road rage incident outside of Philadelphia in a county called Delaware County, which is pretty much famous across the country. I worked in Colorado and they were like, you have a Delco accent. I was like, the fuck. But anyways, what happened was a road rage and a lady took a dump on somebody else's like grill, the front of
muddy dump, absolute muddiest dump.
And she's loving it. She's eating up the attention. And
one thing that I still know people
is nasty.
Have you seen the video of her getting arrested too?
She got arrested. She's like smiling like you.
The best part about that video is you listen real closely. It's like her mom or somebody in the background's like, listen to her side of the story. You don't know the full story. And I'm like, I want to know the full story. Like, why'd she feel like she needed to cock that gun and shit on the hood? Like I want to know the full story, I would love to hear her day in court. I'd let her
the chief of police
give her the time, give her like we should get her on here, dude. Like I don't see why not.
You know what? That makes sense.
I mean, you could do like, Tuesdays with the Delco Dumper, dude. Like it could be big.
Tuesdays with the Delco Dumper.
Yeah, I mean, you could convince her. Honestly, you're like, I get thousands of views.
It does kind of make sense.
Yeah, I don't see why not, dude.
That's the road we're traveling down now, huh?
Yeah, dude. You're not getting A-list celebrities.
I know her name. It's Christina Salamento. But she's white, so I definitely said that like in a Hispanic way.
Yeah, but it's definitely Italian. She's definitely an Italian dumper.
Solo meatball.
Yeah, she's probably Italian, dude.
I don't know.
So she just had like sausage and peppers ready to fly, dude.
She had
You
blonde
know what I'm
hair.
saying, dude? Like
I know she had blonde hair.
maybe
I
some
saw
bad
it.
Pika's pizza, dude. She had some Pika's that just was a little undercooked.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
no, she definitely had frozen pizza for sure. She definitely had like 3 Red Barons right there.
Yeah, dude, it wasn't good. Whatever she had,
Yeah.
impressive, dude. Impressive.
Yeah. So another topic I kind of want to bring up, and this is like something a lot of people won't understand, is there was a point in time where me and you, yes, did we like possibly smoke weed? I don't know. I don't know.
I never done that,
We
yeah.
will never confirm.
For public relations purposes, I am sober.
Yeah, we've never smoked before in our life, but there was something that flew across the sky, and it brings up the question about aliens. And
Yeah, so I would love to get more context to this story. So yeah, you know what I mean? Like all young boys do in Chester County, we were outside enjoying our time and we were on my
not
porch.
smoking.
Yeah, not
Make
smoking.
that
And
yeah.
yeah, we saw 100% an unidentified flying object. There is no doubt about it. What that thing was is up for speculation. Yeah, obviously. Like it could have been a satellite burning through the sky, but I'm telling you, this was like air, like you were there. It was like airplane height. Like this wasn't like we saw a meteor or like a satellite burning out. Like this was like bright light, airplane height. And I mean, this was like what? I mean, damn, probably 15 years ago, maybe. But I'm telling you, there was something there. And I guess to like actually answer the question, are aliens real? I'm going to say yes. I feel like there is a 0% chance that we are alone in this universe. I feel like there's something being hidden from us. Like, yeah, I mean, you're telling me the Hubble telescope hasn't like found another Earth out there somehow. There's like like I can't even say the number of how many miles and like how many planets there are. It's just not mathematically feasible for the Earth to be the only place that life has been created on. It's just not possible, right?
Right, I agree. There has to be something out there. I mean, God knows how far it is, but um, that night, that scared me.
Yeah,
That
I
scared
mean,
me.
same. Like, I mean, your cousin Dylan grabbed me by the chest and was like, "Let's go out inside." Like, he like gripped
He's
me
like
up,
six
was
foot
like,
nine.
"Let's go inside," and I'm like, "Whoa, dude! I'm not the alien." Like, I like this dude thought he was in the movie Signs. He felt like he was Mel Gibson, like ready to fucking, you know what I mean, swing away, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah, no. And the thing is, he was like 6'8", but I said like he like died or something. He is like 6 foot something like that, and yeah, very skinny arm.
He
So
might
he
have been
couldn't
the
have picked
alien.
us up anyway.
It
But
might have been his
his
people coming to get
intentions were
him.
right because we
I
were
hope Dylan
alert.
watches this. It might have been his people coming to get him.
Yeah, no, dude. I saw that thing and it was like shooting across, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's like a jet. Nah,
Nah, there was no jet,
this thing
dude.
had
Yeah.
a
That was like a
long
bright light
range.
orb, airplane-ish height, like
This thing
middle of
made
Oxford, Pennsylvania, dude. I don't know. It seems like some crop circles to me.
it seems like a good place to go though, to Oxford.
Yeah,
How
I mean, low visibility, middle of nowhere. You're near major cities if you're trying to be low key. I don't know. If I'm an alien, yeah, I mean,
right?
a good place to hide out is Oxford, Pennsylvania. You know, who's gonna
This
catch you
is
there?
a follow. I was about to say this is a follow up question sponsored by Rhode Island Football Club. If you're an alien, where would you go in Oxford to hide or to
Oh, where
meet
would I go to
people
Oxford to hide?
or meet people? If
Oh,
you're
the
an
meat
alien
people.
in Oxford,
Um, Damn, I mean, well, to hide, I'd probably say like my mom's garage. Like nobody's kept looking for anything there, dude. Um,
We all know that
yeah, I
girl.
mean, I mean, that garage has seen some shit, but like, I think it's like, I mean, the police ain't looking there. FBI ain't looking there. We already know that.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, to meet people, like, could you imagine, like, I mean, everybody at the Oat and like, dude just rolls in, like, yo, let's play pool. And you're like, is
Oh,
that
we
an
could
alien?
probably name all the people at the Oat right now.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, it's Eric Silvestri. Gary Franklin's probably there. Tyler Reeves probably gonna roll in.
Larry, shout out to all y'all.
It's probably those homies. It's definitely.
Yep.
I would say they'd be like, "Whoa, this is an alien," and they
Well,
probably buy him around.
you probably just went 3 for 3.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean that's a good question. Like, because another question I had about Oxford, like growing up, and then I went to Penn State and lived up in State College, came back, and during the COVID years, it was weird in Oxford, like being back, and it was like doing the pizza review things. You do the bean and cheese type
big bean
stuff.
and cheese guy, dude. Yeah, I don't
Yep.
know. It was an
And
interesting part of my life. It's still a part of my life, I guess.
yeah, and Darrius does his reviews. And, up there years ago, I was doing the pizza reviews, copying, Barstool Dave Portnoy. And so when I came back, I didn't do it at any of the Oxford places, but what would you say is your favorite pizza Oxford place?
Ooh, it depends like what I'm vibing on, what I'm really feeling. If I'm going like kind of like grandma style, margarita style, probably going La Sicilia. Probably going La Sicilia, nice tomato, a little basil. Um, if I'm just going like straight, like what I mean, pepperoni, mushroom, good football pizza, like I'm going Andres for sure.
I know my parents, they love Andres, man. They
Andres
like
fucks. It's
they
low,
think that's
low
the
key good.
closest to New York style. That's
Yeah, I mean, it's like thin crust, like football style pizza. We also
yeah.
used to kind of bang with Pasquale's. It's like not technically Oxford, but there's like two really close. We used to get Pasquale's a lot.
Yeah. I've had both.
But the OG really is like nobody really remembers Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut really was the spot, dude. Like Pizza Hut when like they had the buffet. I mean, when we had accelerated reader and you'd win your free personal pan, like
Remember the
that
whole
shit be
stretch of
crazy,
like
dude.
salad and pizzas you could choose from, like the whole bar?
Yeah, dude, they had the red cups, dude. Like that was a different age. Like once that switched over and like went out of business, like that was like I mean, like that was a fall of Oxford, really, dude. It was kind of the fall of America when they all went away. It's
Yeah,
kind of where you see the decline. It
that's
starts with Pizza Hut. People don't want to admit it.
when everybody started hating each other.
Yeah, it was really like nobody's going out to the Pizza Hut on Friday night, and I mean everybody's too uppity now, and not I mean not
I
they're
mean,
above the Pizza
we
Hut.
could have been 14 years old, but still, I feel like people have let that whole genre down.
Yeah,
The
I
genre
mean,
down.
like I would pay good money for like being in like seventh, eighth grade again, walking from Penn's Grove, hitting that Pizza Hut, and then like playing sports in like Mino Alley and shit with the guys again. Like that.
Watching B-Bar fight Daquan.
I mean, B-Bar's always fighting somebody. Like this is a topic we could talk about all day. He
Yeah.
might be in jail. I think he's still got a phone though. He DM'd me one day, and I was like, I'm pretty sure he's in jail.
All right, we have to hear this.
Yeah,
B-Bar
so
DM'd you from jail?
yeah, so I mean, he's in jail for God knows what. He had a couple. I mean, my
Maybe like
understanding might
fighting
have beat up a
cops and
cop.
breaking in or something.
Yeah,
Good
might have
dude.
beat up a cop, done some crazy stuff. But yeah, just like DM me out of the blue, and like I was like pretty positive he was in jail. So he might have a phone. I mean, we could hit him up tonight and see what he's about.
Yeah, you should call him right now.
I mean, I'll hit him up. I'll DM him. We'll see what it's about. I got no problems with that.
What are your thoughts on Kevin Havilow?
Oh, that is a crazy topic. Whew,
Is he the same
Ooh,
as
that
people?
one's heavy, dude. Yeah, Kevin Havilow did that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's guilty as charged. He's going to jail forever. He deserves that forever. Um, I don't. Yeah, like that shit was on Nancy Grace, dude. Like,
I
if you Google
really
Kevin
was it?
Havilow, it was like TMZ articles. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
I mean, it's
sad
too graphic.
story.
It's too graphic for the pod, but like,
It's a
dude,
sad story.
yeah, no, I mean, Kevin
It's just
Havilow,
like
different
things
breed,
we
dude.
had to
One of the
like go through.
worst athletes I've ever met in my life. Like, we'll just get that out of the way now. Dude stinks at every sport he's ever played.
Super athletic, just wasn't
No, I see. I disagree with that. I don't think he was athletic. Like, he was fast and strong, but like not athletic.
yeah, very.
Yeah, I don't.
He
Yeah, I
just
don't
went
think.
the wrong way, like scoring the basketball on the court. Off
That's
the
what I'm saying. The dude was so bad he started wrestling. Like,
uh,
Nick Rogers just bounce his head off the mat every day. Like,
yeah.
Nick's one of the
Shout out
strongest dudes
Nick.
I know. He's like 6'5", like an absolute beast, and like wrestled D1, like
Yeah.
at heavyweight. And he used to just pummel Kevin Havilow, dude. That shit used to crack me up actually.
So, for the people that are interested in wrestling, do you want to give a quick shout out to how good Penn State is, real quick? Because I'm not
Dude,
in
I
that.
do. So actually it's funny you say that. So I was doing a demo with like an AI company I was just interested in learning more about that could help my business. And like the guy was like, well, like when you think of like the best dynasties ever, like what do you think? And I was like, Penn State wrestling is the best dynasty in any of sports ever. And the guy then like flipped the next slide to like the Patriots. And I'm like, all right, well, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the Patriots are the best NFL, but like Penn State wrestling is absolutely dominant. I think what
They
is it,
just
10
never
and 12,
lose.
like 10 natties in like the last 12 years.
I don't even
Um,
like wrestling. They just never lose.
yeah, I mean, I've always been a big fan. I mean, Alabama obviously didn't have a team. And you know what I mean? I started wrestling at 5 years old. You know what I mean? That's how I met most of my friends. Like, you know what I mean? Nick Rogier, Kyle Moran, like, you know what I mean? Those guys were all in the team. Like, they both have 4 rings. That shit's cool as shit to me. Like, so I've always I still follow it now. Like, you know what I mean? I watched pretty much the whole NCAA tournament. Like, Kyle still does like a pick'em thing that we all do. So, like, I still watch. Best dynasty sports for sure. Shout out Penn State Russell.
There you go.
To interrupt, yeah, I DM B Bar. I said, "Yo, dog, we'll see if he answers." You know.
All right. Are we going to get insight from jail or prison? We'll find out.
Yeah, jail or well, I mean that's kind of a topic, dude. You know, jail or
Yeah.
prison.
So, do you want to address like the
Yeah,
whole
jail or
jail
prison.
versus
So
prison?
most people don't know. Do you know the difference between jail or prison?
I don't know. I just know I hide in like my parents' house sometimes. So,
Yeah, so jail or prison. So jail's just like short term holding. It's usually like misdemeanors, holding cells, shit like
I'm
that.
a big jail guy.
Yeah, like prison is like
Yep.
extended stay America of like of
Yeah,
jail. Like
not a
you
big prison
you
guy.
got to move. You're moving in, like you're there. Your long term stay in prison. And fun fact, been to prison once. Only ever been arrested once, but they took me all the way to real prison.
You had to do that.
Yeah, dude. So
Oh,
should I tell a
dude.
story? I'll tell a story.
Was this like an OJ type of thing? What's going
No,
on?
no, no. I'll tell a story.
What
So
type
we
of
went. It
car do
was
you
like
drive? The Bronco?
no. So it was like 10 of us, dude. I mean, I did go on a run. I'll get to that. I'll get to the run. But yeah, dude, it was. I mean, like 10 of us went to
Yeah,
Dewey.
we
You know,
played
what I
on
mean,
the same football team. I know the runs.
yeah, dude, went to Dewey. It was like 10 of us, and I mean, again, for PR purposes, this story's not true. But you know, what I mean, I think I ate an Adderall at 10, and I ate one at like 2 o'clock. Then I ate another one at like 10 p.m. By 3 a.m. I was in jail. and like it just like got worse and worse and worse. I mean, I remember I'm not gonna drop the other dude's name. That's not, I mean, for here now, but
Yeah, I'm not trying to die here.
yeah, we were just like I remember like walking home and all of a sudden 3 cop cars just roll up on us like full speed. And I just took off running. Like, didn't know what I did, but I felt like I was in trouble because
So
three
when
cop
you
cars.
say running, was it like 4 miles an hour?
No, dude, yes. So like I ran damn near to Fenwick Island. Like the other dude I was with, like when they finally called me and put me in the paddy wagon, he had been there for like 45 minutes. And I remember like
It
running.
was
I
definitely
like was in the back of it. Like I was in the middle of Dewey. I like ran into a back of a restaurant. I was trying to hide in there. Then ran back out of there and then just like found a street and just took off running. And like, dude, but I found some bushes and I just like dove in the bushes and they found me, dude. Like they had like dogs, like they had they had 12 police officers,
so
like
you
literally
had a
the report was basically like they were like, we're gonna tase you, and then they like apparently I just was like, all right, take me in.
you
Um,
got tased
nah,
or
they
no?
never did tase me, thank God, but they
So
were
do
allowed
you,
out to for sure. I'll struggle a little bit. It was definitely resisting. So then they throw us in the back of a paddy wagon, and like this is just like. Yeah, I mean, New Year's in Dewey, there's like a dozen of us in this paddy wagon for like different shit.
are you
And
petting the dogs?
what?
Are you petting the dogs back
Nah, I
there?
wouldn't pet no dog. Dog was trying to eat me, dude. Like, so, so we get to the jail cell, and we're like, "What the fuck are we even in here for, dude? Like, what the fuck are they arresting us for?" We both have no idea. Like, completely blacked out. I have no idea what happened. And so we're in there, and we're just banging on the door, like, "Fucking let us out!" Like, just acting a fool in there. And finally, they come in, and they're like,
Gotta be
"What
careful
the
with
fuck?
that, man.
Like, you guys are pieces of shit. Like, you guys fucked this dude up." And we're like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, like one of you sucker punched the dude, and the other one of you shoved him, and blah 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 blah." And we're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And still, like, I'm like, "I don't think that happened. I don't have any recollection of this fight that you're talking about." So we keep just like, we get rowdier and rowdier in this holding cell because we're like, "Let us the fuck out." So
It,
then it got to the point where
yeah,
they like legit.
this is not what you're supposed to do.
Nah, not at all, dude. This is white privilege at its finest. Like, like I
The
would have been tased the shit beat
CCTV
out of
got
me if
you,
I was
you know.
not of the white skin
CTV
tone
got
for sure. And so yeah, so it gets even worse, dude. So then they come in and they're like, then they strap us to the wall. Like they put the other dude, they strap his ankle. My fat fucking ankles couldn't fit the shackles. So they like hung my arm up on the wall, dude. So I'm
We
just
need
like
backup.
hanging.
We
I'm
need
just
backup for
hanging
the
from the
ankles.
wall like this. So then I'm yelling even more. I'm like, my fucking arm's falling asleep. Fuck you, let me out. And so then they come in again and they're like, Judge is gonna make an example of you boys. Like, Judge ain't even here tonight, and you're going to real prison. We're like, what the fuck did we do? Like, we still have no idea what we did. So then they throw us in another paddy wagon. It's me, the other dude, and this girl, and this girl's just hysterically crying. We're like, "What the fuck did you do?" And she's like, "Yeah, I punched a cop tonight." Yeah, so she's just crying. She's like, "Oh, I'm about to graduate from UD. My life is over." I'm like, "Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right."
I went to
I'm like,
St.
"Us, we don't
Peter's.
even know still what we did. We have no idea what we're getting charged with." So then
She was probably on a boat cruise. I just took her
oh,
on
dude,
last
yeah.
weekend.
So then they get us to jail. First, they give me like a white jumpsuit, or no, an orange jumpsuit. Dude, I spread my butt cheeks
You
like
weren't
six
able to
times.
do a selfie like this with that on?
Nah,
Like
dude,
on
nah. They take everything from you, dude. They had all my shit. Like when they had us in the holding cell. So I'm in this orange jumpsuit, and apparently that's just like the holding suit until you have like court. So they're like, "Yo, it's New Year's. Judge ain't gonna be in for like 48 hours. You guys are fucked." And we're like, "What, dude? Why are we even here?" So they were in this like other cell, and then there's like this meth head, dude. It's just me, our other buddy, and this dude, this meth head, and we're like telling him what we did, like what they're saying we did and why we're here. The dude's just like, "You guys are fucked." He's like,
hold
"This is the
on. I
this is
have
the
to
first time
stop
you've been
you.
arrested." What?
When you say buddy in jail, once you get past the jumpsuit stage? Is he still your buddy, or you're kind of like
Well, dude, it
on
was like
edge?
realistically, it became a romance, kind of, to be honest. Like because it wasn't like gay, but we were like really worried about each other. You know, it
Yeah,
never got
it's,
homoerotic. You
it's
know,
pretty gay.
it definitely because we were together the whole time, and then so then they were talking to this fucking guy, and he's like, yeah, like this is your first time in jail, like you guys are just gonna keep coming back. He's basically telling me I'm doomed for a life of crime. And I'm just like, fuck, dude, he might be right.
You gotta.
Like, yeah. Yeah, like this dude's either gonna kill us. And like exactly. Like I'm like terrified of this guy.
You're in like the Hunger Games
He's
part
like
4.
half Nazi, half methed up, dude. I'm like, I don't fucking trust this guy at all. So then they finally take us to like the like next morning. So we're there all night, obviously. They take us to court in the next morning, and we both are out. Like they both like, I mean, we both ended up with like, misdemeanors. One was assault. Mine ended up being they charged me with offensive touching. So I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm in jail. I'm in prison, and you charge me with offensive touching. What does that even mean? Offensive touching? Did I jerk him off before somebody punched him? Like somebody needs to tell me.
This is advancing pretty quickly
Yeah,
here.
exactly. So I'm in prison and I got charged with offensive touching, dude. So I'm like, fuck, dude. Like if these other inmates find out
All
I'm
males,
an offensive
right?
toucher, like I'm gonna get fucking the shit beat out of me in here. So I'm like, I need to get out of here. I gotta get out of here as quickly.
Shit.
Gotta get out. Offensive touching, dude. Offensive
touching, dude. What did? Okay, you have to defend yourself, right?
Yeah. So apparently what ended up happening is I shoved the guy. Is allegedly what happened. I shoved him.
Okay.
So they got me for
that sounds a lot more like prison than what you were saying.
the shove was like a light misdemeanor of offensive touching. Apparently, I didn't stroke his balls or dick. Like that was not what happened. That's what on paper. On paper, it looks like that's what happened
paper,
for sure.
Yeah. So is that on your record?
Nah. All charges got dropped.
Offensive touching in prison
for PR purposes. Yeah, all charges got dropped for sure. But they actually did get dropped. They did get dropped. Dude didn't even come to court.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, so it gets even worse. So I'm in there and I'm like, fuck, dude. Like I can't let anybody know about this. Like, so then all of a sudden the next day, still, we're about 48 hours in at this point, like in real prison, dude. Like they were talking like full cell block, everything you fucking see on every bag like prison show was exactly the way it was. So the doorbell buzzes and then like rec time. They make everybody fucking line the fuck up and literally take me and like literally just like this big open room that had like it had a cage above it, which is the only sunlight in the entire building. And they just like there's 25, 30 of us, and they literally it was just a basketball hoop in this room, and they just throw a ball out there. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, this is it. Like, I got no choice. I got to join a gang.
You have to. And
so I'm like, all right, I got 2
honestly, no offense, just kind of looking at you. I don't think you're gonna dunk on anybody.
No, not at all, dude. So my options were like, all right, like I go Aryan Brotherhood or do I join a black gang? You know what I mean? There wasn't any Hispanics in there, so I got black or white.
No, you definitely gotta.
Yeah, so then ended up what happened. I'm standing there like in a corner, like, all right, I just don't want nobody to fuck with me, and like I'm just ready to fight if it happens. And the ball bounces to me. They're like, shoot it, white boy, shoot it. So I took like 2 dribble and I pop one and I just airball the fuck out of it, dude. Absolutely airball it. They're like, give me another one. So then they give me another one. I just hit like a crossover dribble. And then I just switched the next one probably from like 10 out. And then I hit my change. I hit my like fucking little layup. And then I'm like, all right, we're going to back stand in the corner.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. So then like 3 dudes in dreads walk up to me and they're like, yo, white boy, what are you in here for? And I'm like, I got to lie. What do I tell them? What do I tell these guys? So I'm like, yeah, like I don't really know what happened. I blacked out, but apparently we beat the shit out of a bouncer. apparently I could fight. It's just like I'm like hyping it up, like we fucked him all.
Yeah.
Beat the shit
That's
out of him.
actually a good response.
Yeah, I'm like, I definitely am not a defensive toucher. I didn't jerk him off. I promise I didn't jerk him off. I definitely didn't jerk the guy off before we fought.
That was after.
Yeah, no, I'm not a jerker. I mean, apparently on paper, still a jerker. But so then after rec time, then I get put in the cell with the meth head again, dude. And I'll never forget it, dude. I'm sitting in the bottom bunk, and I just have to shit, dude. I haven't shit in like 3 days at this point. And like, dude, the cell is like you just gotta look at the dude dead in the eyes to shit. Yeah, it was like almost 3 days. Yeah. So
what?
I'm like, yeah, because it was New Year's, dude. The fucking judge wasn't working. Like but I was out on bail. They still just didn't let us out. And
like there's no toilets.
Dude, so there's a toilet in the middle of the cell, and you gotta like look the dude dead in the eye to shit. So I'm like, I can't do this.
I would,
so I'm dead ass about to shit myself.
Duty calls.
Yeah, I'm about to shit myself, and I let out a fart, dude. And all of a sudden, from the top bunk, I hear him, and he's like, I swear to God, he tells me, like, dude, like dead serious. He's like, if I smell that, I'll fucking kill you.
I'll take another 10 years in here if you do that again.
Fuck, dude. I'm like, fuck. I can't eat. I was like, fuck, now I definitely can't shit in front of this guy. He's gonna fucking murder me. Like, I can't shit.
I would have given him like a heads up, like, hey, you turn your head towards.
Nah, it doesn't work like that, dude. It doesn't work like that. It's all goodwill. It's goodwill hunting, goodwill thinking. You know what I'm saying? But it don't work like that, dude. That was his fucking cell, dude. I was just a fucking guest. So,
I think I would last about. I don't know. I think I would make it 24 hours in jail.
Dude, I mean, we were there way too long. The worst part was we were there for almost 2 days. We almost there for like 2 days being out on bail. I kept like banging the same thing. I was like banging on the door and shit again. A CO would come and be like, he's like, what's your deal? I'm like, let me the fuck out. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, I've been out on bail. Like, go check the docs, dude. Like, just let me out. Like, I don't get it. Like, so I finally had
Oxford OJ.
Yeah, dude. I finally had so dinner like day 3, and you know what I mean, the door buzzes, bzzz, they let the door open, and he goes to eat. I'm like, I'm shitting, boy. I'm shitting. I am not going to dinner. I am gonna take this time to shit in peace. So I didn't eat. I didn't eat for like 3 days either. I just used that time to take a big old shit, dude. But yeah, it was fucking literally crazy. Finally, that night, it was like that night, like at like 2 a.m., the same thing, it buzzed, and it was like, inmate Bennett, get on out of here. I was like, oh my God, no way.
Give me
yeah. But yeah, like I said, dude, big difference between jail and prison. Big difference between jail and prison. Do not recommend an offensive touching charge. I even at one point was like, can you just up it to assault? Yeah. Just make it assault. Yeah, I mean, it's like.
Yeah, at this point, you're like Casey Anthony.
Yeah, I was also innocent, though. You know what I mean? Casey Anthony.
I'm saying.
I think Casey Anthony might have been innocent.
Yep, innocent. Yeah, no. I mean,
she might be.
You're like the same as like OJ, Casey Anthony, all them. Just innocent.
We were all innocent. We were all innocent.
Yep.
All
that's
innocent. But yeah, that's my jail prison story. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you had ever been in jail, but
yeah, only time, believe it or not.
It kind of makes me want to go to it just to experience it. But
the whole story, dude. I promise you don't like. You don't have like until you have to spread your butt cheeks 6 times in front of grown men.
No. I'm okay on that.
That butt cheek spreading is serious. I was getting to the point where I was like, all right, boys, you just like doing this? Like, what do I keep having to do this for? You know, there's nothing.
Picture the guys working in the jail cell. Now, I do have a buddy up in State College, works at the jail up there, which is a pretty big one. And
definitely Sandusky. It's Dusky days.
He probably touched Dusky at one point, but my friend up there, he he probably has to do that thing with the hands. I'm not going to get graphic, but
Yeah,
like
full spreadsheet.
behind like male people, and it's like, oh man, like
Yeah, you're just looking at
that
butthole
has to
and balls,
be
dude.
like a. I don't know
Button
what do
balls.
they pay for that,
Button balls, dude.
dude? What do they pay for that? Like
Not enough, dude.
they
COs probably
probably
make
get
like 24 an hour at best.
to like reach underneath there.
Well, no, I mean there was no reaching. Let me just clarify that.
There
There
was
was
no
just
reach.
there was like spreading cough, like it wasn't. Nobody was fondling my ball sack. Apparently, I
Well,
was.
how,
Yeah.
how long did this process take when you were Casey Anthony?
I mean, all in all, dude, it was like under 72 hours. It was
That's a long
almost two
time.
72
That's
hours.
a
Yeah,
long
dude.
time.
Dude, jail, not prison.
Not
Jail, not prison.
prison.
Don't
Not
go to
prison.
prison.
Yeah.
There's only 3 state prisons in Delaware.
Oh, this was in Delaware.
It's in Delaware, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So like most people, I mean, if you
the hell?
most people drive by it on the way to Ocean City, Sussex County Correctional. Solid place.
Okay. Yeah.
Solid place.
We now the people know where to Google where you were at.
Not Googleable, actually. Fun fact.
That's
Clean record, dude.
that's a hell of a story. You know what?
Cell block 4.
Obviously, this is a
Represent.
new podcast. That's the best story we've had yet. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, I'm not. I mean, other than that, so how I want to end this is I have 2 things to go through. One is I want you to tell the people what you have going on in life and just say, hey, this is what's up, your own platform, and then we'll end it there.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so it's funny telling that story. I think we'll kind of probably talk business and then got a little personal thing I want to touch on. But yeah, I mean, professionally, I'm doing really well. I mean, I'm the head of operations and a managing partner at. We have 2 HVAC companies, one in New York, one in Connecticut. I started in the warehouse, making $16.50 an hour, ordering parts. Was able to just like rise the ranks, dude. Just pure grit. Just a lot of learning. A bunch of promotions when I was working in Pennsylvania. They shot me to Connecticut. And from there, did the same thing, became a service manager. And then from there, felt like I had topped my like learning capacity a little bit at that business and went and started to help found a startup in Manhattan. And it's one of the founding account managers there. I helped build operations from the ground up with the founder and president. And I was there for 3 years. We were able to raise over 100 million in capital, and we went from I was one of the first 20 employees, so we got over 200 at one point, and was running 3 teams. So, I was really grinding, man, and it got to the point where like the remote world was just not for me. That I don't know, as a person who's very outgoing, it's just like being so secluded to this like a 1-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn and being in the remote world is really really wasn't for me. So beginning of last year, I went back into the HVAC world. In office running installation, and then from there, I was able to get promoted within 6 months, and I run all of operations now. So, professionally doing well. I live in a nice 4-bedroom house. A really nice town, West Hartford. So, professionally, we're doing good, man. I can't complain. We just gotta hopefully this prison story doesn't derail me.
It will not, for sure. No, absolutely not. No. You brought the juice tonight, and obviously couldn't thank you enough. Once again, this is Michael Bennett. He's a childhood throughout my entire life, good friend of mine. He's incredible.
Yeah,
Alabama, all the way up in the Northeast. He's great. I will say Darrius will be back next week. And
there is one thing. Let me cut you off. I'm gonna cut you off.
Go ahead.
One thing I wanted to touch on, since this is a pretty Oxford based podcast, dude. April 14th, couple weeks ago, we lost a hell of a light, man. A lot of people call him Mr. Steve. You know, what I mean, Coach Steve. Steve Silvestri passed, man, and he means it meant a lot to me, man. He was like a second father to me. He was a really great guy. I mean, he had his ups and downs for sure. And his last like decade, he completely turned his life around. You know, what I mean, went back to school and started helping people, started working at multiple different rehab facilities, and was able to help probably thousands of lives and help people get sober. And I mean, I just want the Silvestri family. You know, the Silvestri family are like, they're literally like brothers to me. We all have the same tattoo on our leg. Me, all the brothers, and Steve. And I mean, those guys, I spent Christmases with them, Thanksgiving with them, and you know, I mean, I really feel for Alexa, Stevie, and Eric, all the granddaughters. I mean, tough time for them. You know, I mean, I had a full Silvestri table at my wedding. You know, I mean, their uncle Mike, Steve's brother, was also there. So, you know, I mean, just want people to know that they're also an incredible guy. And you know, I mean, going from kind of some funny laughs here to some lows, but you know, I mean, want to recognize that. You know, we lost a really good guy, and you know, I'm going to miss that guy forever.
No, that's okay. I'm glad you actually said that. You know what? This is just a platform to say what you want to say. And as far as the Silvestri family, my prayers are out to you. I
Whatever
actually,
you believe in, you know, I'm not a religious guy, but thoughts, prayers, whatever, man. There's karma. I don't know. Whatever you believe in, there's a power to positive thinking.
yeah, and I know I met him personally, and just a really, really nice guy to me personally. So obviously, thank you for saying that, Mike. And yeah, you know what? Prayers up, right? So love you, Silvestris. We got you, bro. So all right. I think we're gonna end it on this note.
Well, hey man, I appreciate you having me on.
The Pope died.
Yes,
Did you
hopefully you
hear
get some
that?
views, dude.
No one cares about that guy. No. Appreciate you coming on. We're gonna end it here, and we will be back next Tuesday, and Darrius will be here as well. So, thank you, Mike. Thanks for stepping up, brother.
Let's go. Later, fellas.
Hey, peace,
Fella. I think you're still recording, dude.